Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Austin. I'm one of the business partners here at Brown & Robertson Real Estate at eXp Realty, and I'm also a real estate coach. Today we are going to be looking at what you need to do to set up the perfect daily schedule. I'm in your city tonight, and these lights make me feel so inspired. The very first thing we're going to look at is our personal time. Now, I know what you're thinking, business is super important. I've got a big team. Totally understand. We have a team here at eXp. By the way, if you're ever interested in looking at eXp, you can partner with us. Just click the link in the description below. We'll be happy to chat with you about it. But ultimately, that's not what this is about. Your personal time is super important. Personal time is one of those things that can obviously be neglected by a lot of people. It is totally fine to be a business owner and a really great father or mother, or to be a business owner and still be a good wife or husband. But what happens is that people do not prioritize this thing and they let it overrun their business, meaning all they want to do is personal stuff, so their business does not get the time that it needs, or the exact opposite, where they give it no time at all for their family, and next thing you know, they're divorced and miserable, and then of course your business is going to suffer there too. So look into a few things. Take your schedule, and very first thing what you do is block off time throughout the week for your families. I would even suggest that you take one night a week where you refuse to show houses. Yeah, I'm not showing anything on that day. It is family time. It is personal time. That means your physical being, going to the gym. If it's at 4:30 a.m. or 5 a.m. like I like to do, great. But if it's 6 o'clock at night, block it off. Your spiritual wellness needs to be put in there. So church, are you going to church? Are you going to mosque? Whatever it is you want to do, block it off. Time for your mental health. Do you need time to meditate? Whatever, put it in there. Make sure that stuff is in your time block for your schedule so that you give it the time it deserves, but you don't let it overrun you. The very next thing that I would say after personal for most people in real estate is going to be your prospecting time. I've probably heard this from every single person on the internet, in your office, at your brokerage. The prospecting is the most important time. Well, it is, because it's how you make your money. So not so much that you're going to do it, but prospecting is the one time where people get extremely reactive. Just like we talked about at the beginning of the video, it is so easy for your Facebook to go off and you get sidetracked. And next thing you know, you're no longer prospecting. It's also the easiest thing to give up. I mean, it's not necessarily the most fun thing to do. So if there's an opportunity to escape it, you will. Now, while you have this set into your schedule, I do want to talk to you about how to keep it sacred. What you need to do is turn off all notifications, click that little moon-shaped icon on the iPhone if you've got that, close everything out of your browser that you don't need. We're going to get into email and returning phone call times here in a minute, but that is not what's going on right now. When you are prospecting, that time is blocked off. There are no meetings, there are no interruptions. Everyone in your office should know that's what you are doing, and you stay right there on that thing so that you can get paid. Next thing on the list is gonna be that email and phone time, or as I call it, voicemail time. While I'm doing my personal time, while I'm prospecting, I am not returning text messages and I am not listening to voicemails. I get it, it's important, but important doesn't necessarily mean that it's urgent. If someone can leave you a voicemail, you can wait till you're finished making your phone calls to call them back. What I would suggest is that on your voicemail on your phone, you do let people know, hey, thanks for calling, this is Austin. I'll be checking my voicemails and returning phone calls from 1 to 3 today, and then again from 5 to 7 tonight. During that blocks when you're gonna go through and return your text messages, make those follow-up phone calls, and also answer your emails. The next thing is gonna be administrative tasks. Now, if you're doing much business at all, I'm hoping that you have ended up finding yourself a transaction coordinator or even have a full-time assistant helping you with this. But even if you do, there still are administrative tasks that have to be done, and this is important stuff. It does feel like it's grinding on you all the time if that paperwork needs to be done. But guys, this is red time, not green time. It's not making us money. So we're gonna schedule it accordingly within our day, and we're gonna stick to that block, and we're gonna get it all done during that particular time. And the last thing to take into consideration when making the perfect daily schedule is going to be appointment setting. That's right, the best time of the day when we're out with clients, when we're going to listing appointments, that's where you really feel like you're making your money, you're out of the office, it's such an awesome time, but it needs to be scheduled. That's right, we're not desperate here, we're not gonna leave at noon at lunch and go to a listing appointment. We're gonna set times where we're doing appointments and we're gonna stick to those. So if your appointment times are the afternoon from 1 to 4, that's when you set your appointments. Now, I know what you're thinking, well, what if I get a client that wants to go see a house at 11 during prospecting time? No big deal. When I was a full-time fireman, I would run into this. See, I'd be at the firehouse for 24 hours straight. So I really didn't have a way to show that property, right? So a couple options. One, you can pay somebody 25 bucks to unlock a door for you if you have to on the buyer side. But what I would recommend doing is simply letting them know, hey, I'm actually booked with a client right then, but I have these times or these times open. Give them options that fit within your parameters. That way you can stay on your schedule. So overall, how does it look? Well, for me personally, first thing in the morning, I get up, I go to the gym, I read, hang out with my kids a little bit, wake my wife up. That's my personal time. Then we come into the office and I have my morning huddle every single day. One with my business partner and then our team. That runs me till about 10. 10 to noon is typically prospecting time. That time when it's on the books is sacred. We're not doing anything else. Now, once we finish prospecting time, we have some lunch. Then afternoon, for the most part, I'm usually open for appointments and or training. And then at a certain point, I'm out the door and I'm gonna go see the family and we're gonna do our thing. If you call me at 7 o'clock at night and my calendar shows blocked off for my family, you're probably not gonna get a hold of me. You see, what happens is it's too easy to let this business run you. It's too easy to get underneath its thumb and then just constantly be running all over the place. You have to take control of your time. One of the beauties of real estate is the flexibility. Let's go ahead and embrace it. Let's take advantage of it. Quit feeling overran by your clients. You are so blessed to not have to clock in and out from 9 to 5 or to have a boss tell you when you can or can't go on vacation. All you have to do is manage you. Setting the perfect daily schedule is going to be one of the things that you can do to keep yourself going and stay on track to make a bunch of money and have a balanced life. This is what I hope for you guys.